make it really simple. Okay, the animal will be replaced by koala, rat, ape, and then the food will be replaced by orange, apple. Maybe this one, ape. I haven't tried. What animal? Elephant. And let's make this simple. What's the... Yeah, maybe just run this. While it's calculating and while I'm recording, it's gonna try to generate some artwork. It's a very simple one. We might end up with a photograph. We didn't specify photograph or painting, but anyway, it's gonna be using the same seed. It's gonna generate some image. We didn't specify the checkpoint either. Let's see what we're gonna get anyway. It's gonna be a while. So in our case, we want to have a grid, right? So it's XY grid. If we have a number, 1, 2, 3, 4, we're gonna multiply. Okay, first one 0 by 0. We have 1 times 1, 2 times 2. Okay, this one 1 times 2, 2 times 2, etc. It's a grid, like a multiplication table. So yes, with these nodes, we're gonna do the same thing. Number split in the sphere chalk, we actually can split a number. So the easiest way to look at this is to use a stethoscope. The stethoscope nodes can reveal the viewer. This is like a viewer nodes. It's gonna reveal the data for us. But on a Mac, this node is a little bit funky. Sometimes the text goes too far like that. So that's why I'm just gonna disconnect this guy, and we're gonna take a look at these numbers. So by default, we have this range of number 0 to 3 from this guy over here. This one is representing the animals, and we have another number. This one representing the food, the type of food, and we're gonna mix the two. First of all, we split the data. We're splitting it into kind of like a list like that, so it's a bracket. This is very much like a very much like a sphere chalk thing. And from these numbers, we can join them together using list, join, and match. This one is doing all the job actually. We get something that looks like a multiplication table. In fact, if we actually multiply the number inside this bracket, we're gonna get a multiplication table. I think I explained it in a really old video long time ago. But I think the match and an X reference does the job for us. You can play around with this and see what kind of result you are getting. And then yeah, next thing we do, okay, list split list item. I'm listing the item of the index 0 and index 1. That's because we want to use it up here with the list item. Okay, so you can see the process here. List item index 0, which is gonna be 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 2 2 2 2. And then the one with index 1 gonna be 0 1 2 3 4 5 0 1 2 3 4 5. You can see some kind of pattern like that. And yeah, and then after you do that, I will use list join once again. List join and set level to 2, and we get this list, and the list will be used inside this guy. So there are actually two processes, okay, the one on the top and the one at the bottom. And here again, actually three process. The first one, we supply the input, cat, koala, reptile, and the food. We split the string based on the splitter of comma, so it's gonna be separate data. If we check it out here, you can see, okay, we're separating this string text into separate value string. In Sverchok you can actually do that, and then you can use list item, and with list item what you're gonna get is something like this. Okay, cat, 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 koala, 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 reptile, reptile, and then with this one we're gonna get this kind of a food that's arranged into pattern that matches the number index. So after we do that, we can use string to search and replace. This is very similar to this guy. I think, yeah, search and replace. We have this value, animal, food, sushi, or this is the food. This is the animals. We multiply the two. Hopefully in the end we have a grid that's similar to this. So okay, let's see, let's take a look. Animal eating food by the beach. We don't see animal, we don't see the beach. I think the first one is probably there's nothing, but as the AI goes through the grid, it's gonna create all this, the animals we listed, koala, red ape, elephant, and we're gonna get final result that's hopefully, it's kind of like this, you know, like this is cow and noodles, tiger, reptile and sushi, koala eating sushi, cat eating sushi, yeah, all this, reptile eating noodle or spaghetti. Good. We got a koala eating bread. Did I specify bread? Okay, sushi, orange, apple. Oh, koala and food. So it goes through everything. Animal, food, koala, food, red, food. Yeah. Anyway, this takes a while actually. Usually I leave it overnight because I'm using just M1 Mac, and then of course it's generating a result every 8 minutes in this case. Okay, 3 minutes, not too bad. 3 minutes is pretty fast, but it can be faster. Maybe it can be even faster if we are using M1 Max or M2 chip. So it's not too bad for each image being generated. Yeah, 6 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes. It goes down. Anyway, back to Blender and Sverchok. It's exactly doing that. Animal eating fruit, and then we'd say, okay, replace the animal with this pattern of animal that we specify. And the second process, replace the fruit with the list of food that we specify, and repeat the pattern. So this really creates the XY plot. XY plot. We have the animals, and we have the fruit, and we're gonna end up with a pair of fruit and animals. And in here I just simply dumped it. I dumped the result into a list of text, and then we get this result. You can put this into a list, you can save this, and then if you can use Python to load the text and then separate the text based on lines, and then maybe send this prompt somewhere else, so you don't you can use your own Stable Diffusion setup that's connected maybe to Dream Studio or whatever. But yeah, that's gonna process this a little bit faster. But I quite like this WebUI AUTOMATIC1111 that's allowing you to just, use a simple prompt, maybe put a negative prompt, and then create some kind of grid that's consisting this X and Y plot prompting, and it can also draw the legend explanations of each value here. So as a result, you're gonna get this kind of grid. All right, so yeah, so that's the explanation, basically using spectrum nodes in Blender. You can actually use Python, and there's a way to do this. The name of the function is going to be different, but you can create this similar XY plot, kind of like a multiplication table, but can give a pair between these two values. I just want to explain it using nodes. There's another way that's a little bit faster and easier, but you're gonna end up the same XY plot. This one is probably simpler for kind of like logic, but you can do it a lot faster using Python and different functions. So yeah, hopefully you find this useful. Let's see how it goes with our creations. Yeah, food and animal combined together. We have koala and food. We have rat and something. But yeah, they're eating something by the beach, and as a result we're gonna have something. So I'm gonna have to wait, but in the meantime, yeah, I will give you the final result as the wallpaper for this video. Hopefully you find this useful. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.